Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the channel. This is Mr. R. Now, today I am going to be showing you the two best strategies that you can use in this game to get gold on every weapon in the game. There are two really good strategies. I'm going to show you one on Terminus and one on Liberty Falls. We'll go into Terminus first, and I'll show you the process here. It's pretty easy to set up, only takes a couple minutes, and you can grind through your gold guns super duper quickly. Now, first things first, I just want to go ahead and let you know exactly kind of what the setup is that you want to bring in with you. Gobblegums, you don't really need to bring any in with you. You're not really going to use them. Decoys wouldn't be a bad idea if you have them. Okay, and then whatever lethal you choose to use. For your field upgrade, I would recommend either using Frenzied Guard or Ether Shroud. Ether Shroud, probably better if you don't have any augments unlocked for Frenzied Guard. But with Frenzied Guard, if you have the augments unlocked for Frenzy Fire, which is the last one, you can use that augment to basically have unlimited ammo for a brief period of time, which can be helpful if you get into a sticky situation with this strategy. Now, in regards to augments, okay, I have all of the augments unlocked, so there's a few things that you might not be able to use, but if you're looking to do this method for camo grinding, I would definitely encourage you to research the following. So if you come into Elemental Pop, Electric Cherry is going to be very helpful for this, okay? I don't have it on at the moment. I'm going to leave it off for now, but Electric Cherry is very helpful for this strategy in Terminus. Under Jug, if you have Reactive Armor unlocked, that's also a very helpful one. It kind of does the same thing as Electric Cherry, but every time an armor plate breaks, it'll stun all the zombies around you. And if you're planning on trying to do multiple guns per game, I suggest that you use the minor augment for Speed Cola, where the mystery box will settle faster. That just allows you to get guns out of the box quicker. And these perk setups are basically the same for either map if you do Terminus or Liberty Falls. Under ammo mods, if you can upgrade Cryo Freeze to the point where you can use Ice Cloud, that's very helpful for slowing down any zombies that come near you. And under field upgrades, like I said, if you have the Frenzy Fire augment for Frenzied Guard, that's the one that I would recommend for this situation. So for strategy number one here, you're going to go ahead and load up into a directed mode game on Terminus, okay? And essentially just follow the steps that the map gives you to get through directed mode all the way up to round 15. And on this map, it does take you a little while to get up to round 15, okay? You're going to have to go all the way through Nathan and everything. But just go ahead and get through Nathan so that you can get up to round 15, and then you will be set up for this strategy. Now, if you have difficulty defeating Nathan, my suggestion would be that you go ahead and buy the GS45 off the wall, especially if you have it max level, because with the max level you can have the Akimbo GS45 and you can absolutely shred through Nathan with this gun. It'll make your life a lot easier. I recommend staying in that starting room for a little while, just save up a little bit of points. If you stay in there until round 3, you'll have enough points where you can come out here and do the second amp generator step like right away, which will speed up your process a little bit instead of having to like train up around here and just gather points once you get out of the first room. Now, I recommend that when you first start out on this run, do not worry about your loadout weapon too much upgrade-wise in the very beginning. Focus mostly on the GS45, because honestly, you'll want the GS45 to be pretty much fully kitted out by the time you get to Nathan, because the GS45 is going to really carry you through that step. So just focus on upgrading the GS45 until you finish Nathan, and then after that you'll have more than enough points, because we're on directed mode, where you can just absolutely grind out with your loadout weapon or a weapon from the box to keep working on getting gold on your next gun. Now, once you get the Pack-a-Punch machine lifted up, you're going to want to go ahead and put... Deadwire on whatever gun you want to use. Right now I just put it on the GS45 because that's the gun I happened to have in my hand at the moment. But the next step that we need to do is go ahead and open up the room where the Wonder Weapon is. And once we get that room opened up, that's going to be, first of all, like the main location that we're going to use for this Easter egg, or rather this camo grinding method, and it's also the next step we need to progress on the Easter egg in general. And I just picked up the hard drive, but you only need the hard drive for one step, and that's just shooting the hard drive out of the trap. So I picked up the beam smasher to get the hard drive, but now I'm just dropping the beam smasher again and grabbing my regular gun back, because this is the gun that I'm working on gold for at the moment. So if you are doing this method, you really only need to get just that one step done with the beam smasher, and then you can just drop it and go back to your regular gun. If you do it quickly enough, you can get back and just pick up your same gun right off the floor. Alrighty, so it took us just over 30 minutes to get set up to a point we are on round cap 15. Now, the strategy that you want to use for grinding camos on Terminus is to stand right here and kill the zombies as they spawn, mostly out of that back area. Some of them will spawn outside the doors and come around the door to hit you like that. However, this is by far the fastest area for spawns, not just in Terminus, but in like all of Black Ops 6 Zombies altogether. So if you stay in here for a round or two, pretty much all the zombies are going to just spawn out of those windows, and you may get manglers every once in a while, at which point you can just come out and take a shot at the mangler, take it down. So I recommend that, again, you have the augment setup that I told you for your perks and things, and I recommend that if you have any guns that you're working on opal for as well, you can have those guns on you and wait for the manglers to come and just use that gun to kill the manglers. But in terms of Terminus and camo grinding, and even if you just want to sit in here and grind XP, you can do so with the Mustang and Sally like I'm doing here. This is a great method for grinding both XP and camos on pretty much any gun. Now, like I said, it took me a little bit over 30 minutes to set up this method, but once you get set up, you can go in and save and quit, so that you could just come back to this method whenever you want. And even if they do a reset like they did recently, you can still come back in here and just reset up. Takes about 30 minutes, and then you have like a camo grinding save that you can go back to over and over and over and over again. So we're going to jump now just into Liberty Falls, and I'll show you the method on Liberty Falls. It's pretty straightforward. So for method number 2, you want to do kind of the same thing. You want to jump into a directed mode game on Liberty Falls, and essentially we're going to progress the Easter egg all the way until we can have round cap of 15. Once we get to that point, we're going to be able to grind for camos on this map and have pretty fast spawns as well on Liberty Falls. So basically what we're going to do for this method is we're just going to follow the Easter egg steps that it gives you in directed mode all the way up until pretty much the boss fight to get to the round cap of round 15. The only thing that I will recommend on this map is that really the other map, the GS45, is going to help you a lot getting through Nathan and just make that a little bit quicker. However, on this map, you really don't need to use the GS45. I would just say take your loadout weapon and level it up as much as you can. Whatever weapon you're going to be grinding for gold with, because you're on such a low round that even the elites that spawn in are pretty easy to just take out with your loadout weapon. You don't really have to worry about having an excess of points or anything. Now you want to make sure that when you get to the point where you can take the zip line over to the top of the bank here, you can come over to the bank and you can open up anything that you want on the bank. You can open up this zip line, which I usually do. You can open up this, which I usually do. Just do not open up this door. The reason is that when you open up that door, for whatever reason, the spawns on top of the bank here slow way down. But if you leave that door closed, the spawns up here are pretty fast, almost as fast as on Terminus, I would say. And it's a little bit easier to kind of train the zombies up and take them out all at once if you do it up here. I think it's worth mentioning also that pretty much any map in this game, the 2 that are out now and the new one that's coming out pretty soon, it's very helpful if as soon as your weapon is leveled up enough, you go ahead and put a suppressor on your weapon, because you get significantly more salvage if you have a suppressor on, which is just going to make your process a lot easier for getting your weapons upgraded. Alright, so this map, same sort of concept, actually a little bit faster though, so we're about 27 or so minutes in, and we're just about set up. We're on round 15, so it took me just under 30 minutes to get set up on this map, and then same concept. You can essentially just set this up and then save and quit as many times as you like, and then you basically have this save going forever. It's just to the first LTG step, and then you can be on round 15. Now, what you want to do for the fastest spawns possible is stay up on this rooftop, like I said, with this closed. Anything else could be open, but you want to have that zip line closed. And then if you stay up here, your spawns are super fast, and you can just line the zombies up like so, take them out, and then they'll respawn the next round, so on and so forth. Now, the one downside to this particular method is that if you stay here, you don't get any mangler spawns past round whatever. So I'm not going to get any more manglers to spawn in the entire time that I'm playing on this save. I'm only going to get zombies. There are pros and cons to that. So I can stay up here and kill zombies forever and unlock all of the gold camos super easy, and I actually prefer this method a little bit to the Terminus one. The Terminus one is kind of brain dead. This is at least like a little bit more active, a little bit more like enjoyable, I think. However, you never get a mangler spawn on this map on round 15. You get 44 zombies, and that's pretty much it. There is a method where you can get a mangler every single round on round 11. If you stay on round 11, I do have a video for that, which I'll link down in the description below. That method is really, really, really good if you want to farm opal camos. So I will have that method linked down in the description below. But if you want to speed farm through the gold camos, this is probably your best bet. Now, on Terminus, there was sort of a camping strategy, and there are two places on this map where you can also employ that sort of camping strategy as well. I'm going to show you those two spots, well, I guess kind of three spots, in just a second here after I take out this horde. So the first spot is if you open up this little explosion door here, you can come and sit down on this roof. None of the zombies will spawn on this roof itself, so they either have to climb all the way up on the bank and jump down from here, or sometimes they'll jump up from here. But the spawns are kind of slow enough here where it's pretty low impact, and as long as your gun is upgraded all the way, there's not really a time where you'll take more than 1 or 2 bullets to kill a zombie, particularly with the armored zombies, and of course depending on which gun you're working on will be more or less true. But you can kind of just sit here and take zombies out as they come to you. Now the other camping spot, or kind of two camping spots that you can use on this map, are right on the zip line here. And it gets a little bit scary because I had all the zombies spawn in kind of right at once there. But if you stand on one of these two zip lines, and I actually prefer this one, the zombies will spawn and either jump up here or jump down from here, and you can take them out pretty much the same way that we were just doing on that other little rooftop area. Like I said, this method is a little bit more like brain dead, so it's kind of boring to do this method. I prefer to just train them up on the rooftop over there and then kill them all in one go. At least it's a little bit more active and you're kind of moving around a little bit. This method honestly almost feels like cheating, even though it's not. There you have it, folks, though. Those are the methods that I use for getting gold on both Terminus and Liberty Falls. I am personally almost done with all of the gold weapons. Right now I just have the handguns and the snipers left for gold on all of the weapons, and I will make a video specifically on the strategy that I'm using for those, because the strategy is a little bit different. But in the meantime, if you're getting gold on basically any bullet weapon, this is a great spot to do it. This is the spot that I prefer, or you can go to terminus and do it in that other little room there. But basically you want to use these steps and you'll get gold on every gun, and then from there you can move on to opal, which I do have a video on in the description for the strategy that I'm using for opal guns as well. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Mr. R. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more tips and tricks, and go ahead and check out the Twitch channel for the live streams. We'll see you soon.